The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. Can you guess them today? Natalia and Anton and Bernadette and Royalty and Nara and Frederick and Melanie and Maddox and Zariah and Deviani and Leo and Amia and London and Ellie and Leilani and Amira and Cyrus and Kylan and Junior and Mrs. Hall. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Good job, boys and girls. Good singing today. All right. I thought we could do an activity today. Okay, boys and girls, today we are going to be talking about names. Do you have a name? What is your name? That's a nice name. Do pets have names too? Do you have a pet at your house? What is your pet's name? And if you don't have a pet at your house, what would you name a pet if you could name a pet whatever you wanted? That's a nice name too. Do you remember the names of my pets? Remember, I have 2 dogs. What are the names of my 2 dogs? Do you remember? The brown one, the dark brown one, his name is Indiana. Can you say that? Indiana. And the white dog, her name is Mary. So my dogs are Indiana and Mary. I have another pet that has a name. Do you remember what his name is, my pet turtle? He is a pretend pet, right? Is Tucker real? I just told you his name. Is my turtle real? He's not. He's make-believe. He's my puppet, right? But what is his name? Do you remember? Tucker. That's right. Tucker is our pretend pet turtle, right? Tucker. So he has a name, but my other pets don't have names. So let's see if we can think of some names for my other pets today. I have 2 pet doggies here. 2 pet doggies, a mommy doggie and a baby doggie. What would be a good name for our mommy doggie and our baby doggie? What would you name them? Those are good names. What's the name for the mommy doggie? Good idea. And what's the name for the baby doggie? I like that name. Good names. All right, let's see what other animals I have that we need to think of a name for. What kind of an animal is this? A fish, that's right. What would be a good name for a fish? What would be a good name for this fish? Oh, I like that name. That's a good name for a fish. Good job. How about this guy? What kind of an animal is this animal? A cat. Good job. What would be a good name for a cat? What could his name be? Oh, I like that name. Good idea. That's a nice name. And we have one more animal. How about this guy? What kind of an animal is he? Oh, bunny. That's right. What could we name him? Oh, I like that name too. Good ideas. Why do we have to give a pet a name? Why would we need to give our bunny a name? Why do you think? Yeah, if we want to call our pet, like when my dogs are out playing in the yard and they're running all around, I have to say, Mary, Indiana, and then they come running to me because they know their name. Just like when your mom calls your name, or your dad calls your name, or your grandma calls your name, or your grandpa, or your grown-up at your house, you come when they call you. So you have to have a name so you know when somebody is talking to you. So our animals, they have to have a name too so they know when we want them to come and see us, right? So if you haven't given your pretend pet that you have at home a name, that would be a good thing to do today, to think of a name for a pretend pet, maybe a stuffed animal that you have. Maybe you have a pretend pet that you made out of Play-Doh that you could name. But think of a name for your pets today at home. That would be a good idea. Or you could even draw a picture of a pet, your shaped pet. Good ideas. Just like our animals have names, you guys told me your names too. And we look at your names every day, don't we, at circle time when we sing our song. But we're going to look at your names today, and we're going to see if we can sort them. So we want to put all the names that start with the same letter together. Do you think you can help me with that tricky job? I want to put all my names that start with the same letter together. Let's see if we can do that together. Let me show you. On my floor, I have everybody's names all spread out. And we want to see if we can find some names that start with the same letter. Do you see any names down there that start with the same letter that we could sort and put together? I'm going to give you some clues. Let's see. I see this letter right here. What letter is in Leilani's name? What letter is that? L. Good job. L for Leilani. Do you see any other names that have the letter L? You do? Where do you see another name that has the letter L? Good pointing. Leo also has a letter L. L for Leo, L for Leilani. Are there any other L names on my floor? Good eyes. You see London. Look, London, Leilani, Leo. Good job. We're going to put those all together. Leo, Leilani, and London all start with L. Good job. All right. Are there any other names that we can put together because they start with the same sound? What else do you see? Oh, I think I see what you're seeing. Look at this name. Melanie. What letter does Melanie start with? M. Good job. What other M name is on the floor? What other M name? See if we can go closer. Do you see any? You see one right there? Oh, me too. Good job. Maddox, Melanie. They both start with M. Maddox and Melanie. We'll put them together. All right. Are there any other ones that start with the same sound and the same letter? I'm noticing something here and here. What do you see? Do you see what I see? Look down here. What does Nara start with? N. Good job. Do you see another N name up here that matches Nara? I see it too. Look at that. Natalia. They both start with N. Good job. Let's put them over here. All right, we're getting less and less names. Oh, anything else that matches over here? What other names would be a match? Oh, I think somebody's saying it. What letter do you see over here on Anton's name? Anton starts with A. Good job. Are there any other names that start with A like Anton? Look carefully. I see it too. Good job. Look at that. Anton, Amia, both start with A. Good job. All right, all the rest of my names, they don't have a match, do they? Zariah's my only Z. Frederick's my only F. Royalty's my only R. Deviani's my only D. Bernadette's my only B. Ellie's my only E. Kylan's my only K now. Junior's my only J. Cyrus is my only S. And Amira's my only I. Which one do we have the most of in our class? Which letter do we have the most of? That's right. We have the most L's, don't we? Because we have 1, 2, 3 L's. We have 1, 2 M's, 1, 2 N's, and 1, 2 A's. And everybody else, we just have 1. But we have 3 L's in our class, don't we? Good job sorting names with me today, boys and girls. Thanks for helping me with that. Big job. All right, we've got one more activity today, and we are going to use our learning dough for this, our Play-Doh. So I got this out of my learning bag. Another kind of pet that people have is a pet that looks kind of like, I'll show you. Do you think you know what I'm making? I'm gonna roll it on the table. Some people's pet kind of looks like this, and it goes, what kind of a pet is that? Do you know? A snake, that is right. One fun activity that you can do for learning is that you could make a snake out of Play-Doh. It's very good for your hands and making your muscles stronger to make Play-Doh snakes. So I'm gonna make a Play-Doh snake, and then I'm gonna measure my Play-Doh snake, and I'm gonna see how long it is. So there's my Play-Doh snake, and and I want to see how long my Play-Doh snake is. So I'm gonna take out my counting bears and I'm gonna see how many bears long my snake is. You could measure your snake with your measuring tape. You could measure your snake with your blocks. You could measure your snake with maybe a ruler. There's all kinds of ways to measure at home, isn't there? All right, so let's see how many bears long my snake is, because I'm to the end of my snake. I put bears all the way to the end. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That snake was 6 bears long. Now, if I made another snake, here's my next snake, and I put that snake here, we're gonna measure that one with green bears and see how many green bears long that one is. Ooh, how many bears long is that one? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Which snake is longer? Is my red bear snake longer or my green bear snake longer? That is right. The red bear snake is longer. He is more bears long. So he is a longer snake. My green bear snake is shorter. He is a shorter snake. Good job, boys and girls. Good measuring today.